No Dan. No Terry.
No Outlaws.
Yay!
You shut up. Hey all, welcome back to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by our good friends at Top Sport, onelittlefootyfan.com.au and the Stubby Club. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Dan, we are weeks away from Rugby League and the news just doesn't stop.
Are we going to get Rugby League? Are we weeks away from Rugby League, Terry?
And in saying that, some players have offered their services if the players aren't ready to play in round one. Now, I for one cannot wait to sign all the people from Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm excited. I kind of hope this happens just for the sheer shithousery of it all.
Yeah, I can't wait. Now, look, if anyone hasn't seen it, the USA Rugby League competition has put all their players on standby to come out and play in the NRL. I'm all for it. Stick your hand up. Let's go and get the Jamaican, Greek.
Go scabs.
Yeah, let's go and get all the teams that lost by 100 points in the World Cup. Let's come out and play for us. Put them in the jersey.
No, I don't care. I've often said, doesn't matter who's in the jersey, I'll support them. You know, a few players obviously aside. This proves it. Yeah. Now, not only is scabs the most funny term of all time, there's a genuine feeling that this won't happen. That this can't happen, Terry. But the NFL, which is multiple times bigger than the NRL, it happened over there, so who's to say it won't?
Look, I kind of hope that it doesn't, just for one round.
Oh, lols, please, for one.
I want to see some New South Wales Cup players, some Queensland Cup players, some American Cup players, some Greeks, some, they've got...
Bring them all over, get you and me.
Yeah, I'll take your hit up.
Yeah, me too, sign me up.
Absolutely. Like, what's the worst that could happen? I can get a broken leg and get compensation, whatever.
Well, you won't, because there's no bargaining agreement.
There's no bargaining agreement, that's right. I got private health insurance,
that's right. On a serious note, though, this is pretty much amateur hour stuff. We're facing very real... a pop gun tournament for pre-season, which we'll talk about in a minute. Players training without these sorts of fallbacks, and an NRLW All-Stars game where players are going to go there under the wrist. If they get hurt, too bad.
Yeah, look, you're giving yourself a deadline, right? You're giving yourself an absolute deadline. Now, the worst thing that Rugby League did was bring the season forward a week so they could fit in all these extra buys and rep games and whatever. They probably need to push it back 3 weeks for this.
Yeah, get this bargaining
calamity. I don't understand. Like, I understand there's a stalemate in terms of salary cap, but the NRL has come out and told them what the salary cap's going to be. You kind of want to know. You want to hear from someone, whether it's the RLPA or the NRL, saying, well, this is the hold-up. Mm-hmm. And I kind of like it to be from the NRL side of things. Yeah, we've put everything on the table. Here it is. Here's the black and white facts. They just haven't signed it off. Or the players come out and turn around and say, well, yeah, they've given us a salary cap, but they haven't given us everything else we've asked for, like a dental plan or whatever it is. Who knows? Yeah,
now, look, the players did make an effort with their cringy little coloured whatever. Yeah. It is what it is. It brought attention to it. I've got to give them that. You know, of it aside, there are some very serious issues here. Now, as a rule, anything Chad Townsend says, I'm like, I'm going the other side. Mark Levy came out and opposed what Chad said. So right now, I don't know what to think, Terry. Scabs.
Now, talking of ludicrous, Dan, the NRL are releasing a pre-season tournament. Now, it sounds fun.
It sounds fun.
There's a lot of extra rules. There's a lot of extra bonus points. It's kind of like the AFL. We're going to give you a point for doing this and a point for doing that. What do you think?
Tuck shirting, get a point. I like the idea in theory. Now, I made reference to it. I call it a pop gun tournament. Nothing you can say can convince me that it's not. It's a novelty. It'll be fun. Now, I'm the sort of person that cannot wait for rugby league, pre-season or not. Don't care. I'll watch every game. We watch the Sharks under 18s get beaten by the Penrith under 18s. Whatever. Most people, though, are going to say no players we're not going to watch. Don't know if this is going to fix it, Terry.
Well, I mean, the prize money is $100,000, which is the same as the minor premiership. So if you're in the pre-season tournament with the minor premiership...
What do you think about that? Are they equally important?
No, you should up the minor premiership. The minor premiership should be 10 times that.
It should be a lot more money.
With the amount of money that's in the game now as well. But let's talk about the bonus points, Dan.
Yes.
If you score 5 tries, you get a point.
Yep, okay, sweet.
If you make 5 line breaks or more, you get a point.
Yep.
And if you make 10 offloads, you get a point. Now, if we beat Newcastle 31-30 and both teams score 5 tries, both teams make 5 line breaks to score those tries, and everyone gets the offloads and the lead up to it, we could come away with 5 points, Newcastle could come away with 3. And then if the Tigers manage to win a game 1-0, they would only get 2 points. Newcastle would be ahead of them.
Look, I think that's fair.
I think it's fair.
For lols and enjoyment. I don't know how seriously to take this. I'm guessing not very. But unless they get the bargaining agreement done, mate, this might not even happen.
I've got an idea for a pre-season tournament. Bring back the Auckland Nines.
Yes, let's bring back the Auckland Nines. Perth Nines.
No.
Endeavourfield Nines.
Yeah.
Terry's Backyard Nines. I don't care. I just want to see lots of tries.
Now, let's talk about some player movement. Stephen Crichton confirmed to the Bulldogs. Bumper 4-year deal. Said he was disrespected by Penrith on the way out. He's still got another season to play for him.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have said that with a year to go. But...
kind of bite your tongue until October.
Yeah, and then be like, oh, third premiership, yay, by the way, you stink. Like, come on, Stephen.
Yeah. Look, fair play to Stephen Crichton. He doesn't want to play in the centres anymore. He wants to play fullback. Gets the opportunity at Canterbury. I personally think he's going to stink at fullback.
I can't disagree with that. I think he'll find a way. I don't know if he's going to be a superstar fullback. He'll be pretty handy.
Yeah, I think this signing here just reeks of Nick Kotrick, right? Nick Kotrick went there for the chance to play in the centres. Yeah. Ended up terribly, went back on the wing. Stephen Crichton, going to go there and play 6 or 7 games at fullback.
Straight back in the centres?
Straight back into the centres with Bronson Xerri.
Yeah, look, the Bulldogs, they're making some moves.
Yeah.
I just want to give a quick shout out to the marketing genius who probably thought they were quite clever with the born, not bred. In hindsight, probably not the smartest campaign, but...
Now, we did mention Bronson Xerri. He has signed with the Canterbury Bulldogs. Now, look, a kid made a mistake.
Yeah.
He's copped it. 4 years is a long time out of the sport that you've played your whole life. He's got his 2-year deal. I'm glad we're going to see Bronson Xerri back in the NRL. What I'm not happy with, though, is him turning around and coming out saying, I'm going to show you all, everyone who doubted me, I'm going to prove you all wrong. Mate, you needed roids to get into a Cronulla team that was crying out for backs.
Yeah, exactly. I just want to echo what you say. I'm happy. There was every opportunity he was going to be lost to rugby league or potentially worse. Big error. He's paid a big price. I'm not saying it was unfair. I'm just saying it is what it is. Glad to see him back. I think he will be quite a handy footballer.
Yeah.
He showed some serious signs. Of course, the question is going to be how much of that is, without getting into too much trouble, I definitely want him to stay. No more interviews.
Yeah.
I need a season to train. He can't train with the squad till the end of next year. Just train, just run, just get your body right. Have a couple of good games, then start talking, because he's got to prove nothing but to himself. I'm not saying I've got nothing against him.
No.
Him saying we're going to show you guys. Show us what?
Yeah.
Just go out there and play football, mate.
Yeah, I mean, you and I were his biggest fans. When we saw him play, he ended Dylan Martini-Zalesniak's time at Penrith. He was incredible. We were talking about he was going to play for New South Wales by the time he was 20 and probably would have won a World Cup.
Yeah, that's undisputed.
He was that good.
Yeah.
And then, you're talking about New South Wales, the succession plan of him and Stephen Crichton would have been absolutely spectacular.
Big time.
But, yeah, he just needs to tone it down a bit now. If the media comes knocking on his door, he just needs to not answer.
Yeah, he needs a real good manager.
Yeah, stay off Instagram, stay off everything like that. Get your head down, get yourself back into rugby league, do your time at the Bulldogs, sign back with Cronulla.
Yeah, 2 year. The Bulldogs is worse than 4 years out of the game.
Yeah. Now, one last player movement as well. Marty Tapau, the big news on him. It looked like he was all but done at Parramatta. Gone to the Broncos.
Yeah, look, a good signing because he's not gonna cost much. It's a low risk signing. I mean, Tapau, he's got a penalty in his game, but he's not the sort of player you got to worry he's going to be out till 3 or 4 a.m. I know he has a bit of a history, but he's an experienced head on the cheap. He might play a few games.
But you put him in the preseason tournament on the offloads.
Yeah, well,
He'll get you a point.
He will.
Him and Savita Pangai Jr. are built for this rule.
Well, maybe this will take off.
Yeah.
Don't give Landis too many ideas, mate. I am glad because I like Tapau.
Yeah.
Now, he did almost decapitate Jack Bird.
Good.
He was a shark. In hindsight.
Yeah.
But at the time, I was very angry and, but I'm happy he's found a home.
Yeah, I'm happy he's found a home. I kind of, like the other day, I had flipped on it. I was like, you know what, maybe Marty Tapau wouldn't be so bad at Cronulla on a 1 year deal to take that veteran presence. He's going to Brisbane, pretty much going to do the Ryan James role. I think he'll add more value for them, though. Good signing for Brisbane.
Yeah, I really like it. Not a game breaker, but good on him.
Dan.
Talk to me, Terry.
It's time to bring in the next 4 teams. We did the worst 4 teams of the competition last week. Now it's the not so bad.
Look, I got to say the feedback was pretty good. Because
we were on it.
Well, look, our arguments were so, well put together that they couldn't really argue.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a bit of an argument here, though, Terry.
I don't think we will.
Well, I think we will.
I don't think we will.
You pulled a bit of rank, which, I'm letting you get away with it early because there's things I want to push for later.
So what we agree on is the 13th place team.
No, we didn't.
No, we did.
No, we didn't at all. I've scratched yours out and put mine.
No, I scratched it back out.
The Dolphins.
Titans.
Dolphins.
Your second favourite team, the Titans.
How bad do you want it?
Bad.
All right, let's go. Titans.
The Titans. They're terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, really bad.
Yeah.
Their saving grace is Kieran Foran.
Yeah. Sam Verrills.
Who?
Sam Verrills. Handsome.
Mate, the Roosters got rid of him.
Yeah, that's not a great sign.
That's not a great sign.
David Fafita, though, contract year. We all know he only plays well when he wants a big bump in money.
Nah.
Still no?
No. I can't buy into this team. There's nothing about it. You let your best prop go to the team that's going to finish above them. Jared Wallace. They still got no halves. Jaden Campbell at fullback. Not sold on it. They signed the worst defensive centre in the competition from the Bulldogs and Aaron Chop to go along with Brian Kelly, who is a turnstile.
You make some good points. I'll give you that.
I mean, if the pre-season tournament had a bonus point for missed tackles, the Titans would hammer it.
By 1,000?
Yeah.
Okay, look. Most teams I can tell you who's going to play 1, 6, 7, 9. I can't tell you who's going to play 1, 6, 7, 9 for this side.
Kieran Foran's going to be there somewhere. That's embarrassing.
Well, he's played most of his career, 99% at 6, and they're going to ask him to play 7. Beside probably AJ Brimson.
Or if they move AJ Brimson to 7, that's even worse.
Look, Jaden Campbell probably start at fullback, but Brimson's best position is fullback. You got Tanner Boyd, Toby Sexton, the bloke that they walked Jamal Fogarty out of the club for. I don't look very well 9.
You haven't said any player there that makes me go,
Big Tino.
Oh, I mean, he's not a spine player.
Oh, he could be.
He probably should be.
Yeah, he probably should be. There's a lot to like about this in terms of enjoyment. They're going to blow teams away and they're going to get blown away. That just goes with the Titans
If
culture.
they win 2 games by more than 13, I'll be surprised.
All right, we'll go on that. It's on camera. I'm going to say they're 5 for 13 plus, but they're going to lose more.
They're going to be lucky to win 5 games.
Fair call.
They are shite.
This is not very positive.
It's not, no. Justin Holbrook's going to get sacked.
Yes, I agree with that. I think by round 10 they'll be looking for a new coach. Brian Kelly
Can't tackle.
could be the most frustrating player in rugby league.
Correct.
On his day, he is glorious to watch.
On his day, he's unplayable.
So much fun. Same with Jaden Campbell. Same with AJ Brimson. Sam Verrills has got it.
I'll hold you there. I know you love AJ Brimson. He's not fun.
He's fantastic.
Terrible.
Great player. He scored that world-beating try after the siren to beat the Tigers in the game of the round last year.
I hate you sometimes. Number 12, Dan. I've given you the Dolphins. Now, look, there's more for me to like about this team than there is the Titans. They've got...
Well, it wasn't very much for you to like about the Titans.
There's not much to like about this as well, but you can kind of see where they wanted to go with their recruitment. They went out and got an international front rower and a really solid front rower. It's just a shame they're both 30s. They got a young hooker who was in good form last year.
Yeah,
Marshall King.
Yeah, I like it.
2 international back rowers, 1 Origin player, 1 for the Kiwis, both in the World Cup.
Yep.
Ray Stone was pretty solid till he did his ACL. Jared Wallace looking for some redemption. Tom Gilbert played Origin this year.
Plenty of experience.
I like the forward pack. I do like the fact that young Sean O'Sullivan's going to get a chance to be the halfback in a team. He was sensational when he chipped in for Penrith. Now, you could turn around and go, well, it was Penrith. Yes, it was, but lesser players could have gone in there and lost that game for him.
Yeah, true.
He can't be paired with Milford, though.
No. Completely fair.
Isaiah Katoa is the way for them to go.
Yeah, look, I think long-term, absolutely. I think Milford will start, obviously, because you can't put 2
on the bench. Put him on the bench.
I don't hate it.
Put him on the bench.
I was really down on this side until they signed the hammer.
Yep.
I think they needed a player that you could think, oh, he's a game breaker, because they don't have any. Like Marshall King's a very good player, and up until Hammer signed, I think he was their best. Plenty of experience. And off the field, they got more experience than anyone, because Wayne Bennett's pushing 100 right now, and 87 of those years were coaching rugby league. So, okay, yeah, there is a lot to like. My problem is, though, if any player you mention gets injured, then what?
So you got Tessie New for a centre.
Yeah, another decent signing, yeah.
Then you got Ewan Aitken.
Another decent signing, yeah.
On the wing, you got Edric Lee.
Again,
I don't know who the other winger will be.
I think it's Branko Lee.
Or Robert Jennings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there is a little bit of depth there, but it's not the depth that you're excited about.
No, it's not.
It's not the depth like Penrith. You know, who are now talking about Maverick guys are going to come in and take that second row spot.
The kick out left, yeah.
Or, you know, last year for Cronulla, for example, when they had some injuries in the forwards and you had Tommy Hazelton step up and look like he was a pure first grader. Jesse Colquhoun debuted out of his skin. Kale Ira was New South Wales Cup Player of the Year.
Lockie Miller. There's no excitement.
There's nothing for them to look forward to now. Redcliffe have got a lot of experience and, you know, junior players.
Yeah.
So, you know, their game plan has got to be the next coach has got to be set up. Now, we all know that Wayne Bennett leaves clubs in great shape. For mine, there isn't a lot to like about this club, but they will win more games than the teams below them.
I agree. I largely with what you said. There are going to be times where they get flogged.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is. Mm-hmm. The forward pack, it is very good. But early on, it's going to be 30 degrees, especially the games that they host up there. None of those are big minute players. They were years ago, and I like Jesse Bromwich. I think he's great. Kenny Bromwich too. I think they're both very good players. But
they're in their 30s.
It's going to be a long season for the Dolphins. I do like the youngsters they've signed. I think this side's a set up for... They need 2 or 3 marquee players, let's be honest. But in those 3 years, Terry, there's going to be a lot of talent in this side.
I'll say this. If they have a good season this year, avoid the wooden spoon, get around that 10th to 12th spot where we have them. There's a lot for a player on the open market to turn around and go, there's an extra 50 grand up there, and they're building something.
Yeah, completely fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, 12th, I think they take that. Where did the Titans finish when they started? I don't know. They didn't win the premiership, but, you know, it's going to be a slow build. I just hope that you and I don't write them off after 1 week, which we're highly likely to do.
Which I probably will, yeah.
But let's hope the fans stick by them. And by that, I mean they keep going, even if it's a rough start. So if Newcastle can support them through 10 years of mediocrity, what's 10 weeks?
Now in 11th place, we both agreed on this one.
No arguments here.
Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs.
Yeah, now look, their fans are very excited.
Yep,
I
would be too, yeah, absolutely.
They've made some huge signings. I think Reid Marnie's going to go as one of the signings that, you know, we look back on and go, that was a genius move. Kick-out's going to kick straight off.
Yep.
Be fantastic. But what holds them back? 1 to 5, Adokar aside, none of those players makes any of the teams above them. It's backline.
Jake Averillo had a decent year last year. He went on a patch where he scored in about 5 games in a row.
Brilliant finish, yep.
Yeah. Kiraz, really good for Lebanon in the World Cup. Yep. Going to be on the wing, going to push for that fullback spot. Hayes Perham went from Parramatta to the Dogs. They're saying that he's a good crack at having fullback and it's going to push Averillo into the centres with Paul Alamoni. Apart from Adokar, it's bang average. And Kyle Flanagan's a big question mark on this team as well.
Yes.
He's now been in the NRL since 2018, and you still don't know if he's a good halfback or not.
You do not. Now, this season comes down to, again, how well Matt Burton plays. There were times last year where Burton was irresistible.
Yep.
There were times where every time he put up a bomb, they were getting the ball back because you couldn't catch it. But there were times where he was only that bomb. And teams worked it out real quick. They worked out Flanagan couldn't do anything. They didn't have the speed out wide to get round. They targeted Burton, and there were games like against Cronulla where they were diabolical.
Yeah.
Now, whether Kikau and Marnie can fix that straight off, I have my doubts.
No, yeah. I mean, only one of them is a playmaker, right? And that's Reid Marnie, who isn't really known for his playmaking.
No, he's solid as.
He's a real good number 9. The game plan for teams is to target Matt Burton and get everyone around him irritated. Because the people that are going to be around him, for the kick-out, short temper. Tavita Pangai Jr., short temper. So, you know, just bait him. That's all you got to do. Target Matt Burton, hit him, like, even if you hit him late once and give away a penalty. You know what? If you give away the penalty, you save that bomb.
You do. It's going to happen.
And they ain't got the back line to go and put the points on you to punish you. Now, I've gone back and watched a couple of Cronulla games, and one of them that I did miss was when I was on the flight to Bali, and that was when we beat the Bulldogs 18-0. And we gave away penalty after penalty and just challenged them.
Yeah, they couldn't break the line. And they were kicking the ball was swirling and our fullbacks gobbled it up.
Yeah.
It wasn't a problem. There are going to be games like that. They need that Stephen Crichton. They need that Bronson Xerri now. I think this year's a building year.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Cam Sorrell, though, all the talk is he's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen, he's been real good. Cronulla wanted him, albeit as an assistant coach. This is a guy who's coming in and everyone's saying he's going to do what Fitzgibbon did. I have my doubts because Fitzgibbon had a better crop
Foundation,
of players. Yeah. He had the Jesse Ramins and stuff. He had game breakers. Outside of Matt Burton and Addo Carr, I don't think they had the game breakers to push the wins.
And to settle the debate last year, everyone was turning around going, who's going to be the better siding between Nicho Hynes and Matt Burton? It was Nicho Hynes by the length of Flemington.
Yeah, it was.
It was like Winks racing you.
Well, yeah, I'd run backwards. I think Burton's going to have a great season. He'll play for New South Wales in the centres. I think the Dogs will be far improved this year, but I can't see them making the 8.
No, not the 8th for me. And number 10, it's my second favourite team, the West Tigers.
That's right. Another team that I expect to improve, again, based on a brilliant recruitment drive in the forwards. Again, though, in the backs, they don't have an Addo Carr. 1 to 5, very average.
Yeah, now Api Coruscant is the signing of the season.
Brilliant.
Isaiah Papali'i is probably the second signing of the season, right?
Very, very good.
There was talk they were going to get Nathan Brown. I didn't mind that move for them, but that's gone really cold now. Looks like Benji and Tim Sheens have gone in there saying, I mean, our young kids are probably, we're not going to make the finals this year, so what's the point in giving big money to a guy who's going to be in the way of them?
Completely
Let's
fair.
give it to the young kids like Sean Bloor.
Stefano.
Yeah, Stefano Udawikamanu. That's what I was thinking of there. Thank you, Dan. Now, John Bateman.
Yeah, a bit of visa troubles.
Yeah. Now, they probably should have thought about this a little bit more, the Tigers.
Why is that, Terry?
Because immigration in this country is handled in Canberra.
Yes, correct.
And John Bateman screwed over Canberra.
Also correct.
So it's as if the person at immigration looked at that and went, bottom of the pile.
He's a Raiders fan. I'll just keep, nah.
And every time he gets close to the top, we got an emergency.
Push you back down.
Yeah.
Completely fair for the record. You don't buy the hand that feeds you on the way out.
Now, Charlie Staines has gone there to play fullback. I don't know if it's a good idea. There was talk that Adam Dewey's been training in the centres, that Dane Laurie's been training at 6. None of this matters if Luke Brooks is the 7.
Exactly. This is another squad that I can't name who's going to be 1, 6, 7. I can tell you who's going to be the 9.
Yep.
But as long as Brooks is at 7, just to go off topic for a little bit, I saw someone during the week say, who's going to captain this team? And Adam Dewey was undisputedly the name that was tossed up. You and I are huge fans of Scotty. Big fan. This is a bloke who told his coach last year, unless you pick me in the position I want to play, don't pick me. Not captaincy material.
No.
I think he'll start at 6. I think he's their best 6. I think Laurie's their best 1 because definitely ain't Charlie Staines.
Well, this is also Adam Dewey who's turned around and said, I'm not re-signing with the Tigers unless it's for $900,000. So he's not your captain.
I think he's on the way out because he's not worth $900,000.
I don't know if you can hold the Origin incident over Api Coruscant, but for mine, he's the captain. Or if he gets in the country, John Bateman. But again, another guy who has never saw out a contract, is he your captain? I don't know what their backline's going to be. I don't really care. I've given them 10th. They're not going to come last.
No, they're hugely improved. Now, even with the handbrake at number 7.
Yeah, I've got a question for you, though. Now, Tim Sheens is the coach for the next 2 years. Now, do you just turn around and go, looking at the season, do we just give it to Benji?
Yes, but this is a bloke that spent all year drawing up an intricate game plan to whistle the sitting coach, premiership winning coach, put a patsy into copper flogging and sneak on through the back door to coach the side. I don't think he's given it up.
Yeah.
He should give it up. But.
I mean, if he was really serious about it, he would have taken over last year to see if they could avoid the spoon. But I don't know. It's just a real strange situation, and I'm glad the Tigers are doing it. I'm glad that they're going to improve this year as well.
Me too. I still think they let the wrong halfback go, though.
Absolutely.
I know you're not huge on Hastings, but for the 3rd year in a row, they had a way out of this pit, and they didn't take it.
Hey all, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by Punctured Media, our good friends at Top Sport, onelittlefootyfan.com.au and the Stubby Club. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Buy some stuff.
Give them some love online as well. Give Dan and I some love. We loved your feedback last week. It was all positive.
Yeah, it was. Thanks to our Well, both our fans.
Thanks, Mum.
It was really good. Now, Terry, I would love to yell rugby league baby at you, but we have a big discussion.
Oh.
Now, I think the Tigers joke is...
Oh, they hold it?
They do, but we got to figure out a name for our new friend.
Nettie the Knights fan.
What are your thoughts? Who's going to come last? What do we name it and what colour hair is he going to get? Super important. Drop what you're doing. Hit the comments.
Is it Nettie or Nathaniel, or is it...
Something the Knights fan.
Yeah, something the Knights fan, or... I mean...
Woodrow the Warriors fan?
Woodrow... Yeah. Wally?
What do you reckon?
Who's going to be the spoon guy? We need a name for him. Rugby league, baby.